for us. First of all, hello, I'm Tanya Dorsey, known as the Get It Done Realtor, obviously team, we are a team, and I am in Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit. So let's talk a little bit about how to invest as a foreigner. As a foreigner, you would need to purchase through a trust if you were to purchase in my area. And the reason why is we are in what's called the restricted zone. So what is the restricted zone? The restricted zone is 50 kilometers from the ocean or 100 kilometers from the border. And I guess if you want to take it into like why would it be like that? Maybe because you can't cede the property to the United States or to another country. Does that make sense? So how is it done? So the way around not being able to purchase is that you purchase through a bank trust. This does not mean that the bank is the owner of your property. You own through a bank trust. It's kind of like a living trust in the United States. So how does that work? Okay, so you can use it, you can rent it, you can lend it, you can get a loan on it, you can will it, and that's a great thing. You actually put in your trust who you will the property to, and it makes it seamless. It supersedes any will. It makes it very, very easy that when it comes time for somebody to inherit your property, that they can do it quite easily, and there's no inheritance tax. Now, there is a transmission tax, but there is no inheritance tax, which I think is very interesting. So what is it going to cost you? What is it going to cost you to have that trust? Okay, the cost of the trust, if you assume somebody's trust, you're going to save about $1,000 in closing cost. Now, the trust is good for 50 years. So let's say somebody had a property for 5 years. The trust is good for 50 years. That leaves 45 years on that trust. And I'm going to say, hey, let's save that $1,000. Let's assume that trust. We change everything into your name at the time of closing, of course. And then what are you left to pay? $450 plus tax. Let's just say $550 because different banks have different, let's say $550 US American per year. Now, the good part is that this is actually in your deed. So that's what you're going to pay every year, and it doesn't go up. So 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 45 years from now, it's still going to be $550 per year. Now, this is not per year annual like your property tax. It's on the annual of when the trust was created. Does that make sense? So if you assume the trust, it would go from the original trust date. Now, can you lose the property? What if the bank folds? What would happen? Now, the property is federally protected. So what would happen is it would go to the next bank. It is not an asset of the bank. It is your asset. Now, how do you do something? You need to sign it in a notary's office, because here in Mexico, a notary is like a supercharged attorney. It's not something very similar, but I'm going to save that for another video. Thank you so much for tuning in and for getting to know me. I'm Tanya Dorsey, your realtor in Puerto Vallarta. Thank you.